Insidious The Last Key is coming out this weekend. Will this be the last movie or a key to another extended franchise?
I thought you were joking about the pun, but that was pretty amazing.
Thank you. I thought about it myself. I thought it all up. Hey guys, welcome to Movie Sense. We are doing a bet your bottom dollar on Insidious The Last Key, which is coming out this weekend, as we said. A quick warning, there will be some spoilers about the last three Insidious movies, so if you haven't seen them and you don't want to have them spoiled, then don't watch this. Watch those movies first and then come back to this. I am your host, DJ Selby, and you can find my information with this creepy graphic.
Ooh,
right
creepy.
Here. It's a creepy, yeah, it looks good, you know, got the blood spatter. And with me, as almost always, my co-host here, Justin Mua.
How's it going, guys? You can follow me on Instagram. The link should be right there. Actually, it might be right there, like in front of DJ's face right here also.
I'm not even paying attention anymore to what he's doing. At this point, I am good with that. But yeah, anywho, so we have Insidious The Last Key. Yeah. This movie, I saw the trailer for it. I don't know. That's why we're doing this episode, because we need to talk about this. We need to decide whether or not we're going to bet our bottom dollar.
So with the first two movies, it's centered more around the Lamberg family. Mm-hmm. They call upon doctor, parapsychologist at least. Mm-hmm. And if you guys don't know what that is, a parapsychologist is a paranormal psychologist.
Oh,
what?
Nice. Yes. I like that. Paranormal psychologist.
I feel like they're just kind of lazy with it. They're like, huh.
I like
paranormal
parapsychologist.
So yes. And then with a third movie, it's actually a prequel. It takes place before 1 and 2, and there's new one, The Last Key. It takes place before all that, in the believe the late 1980s, early 1990s, around there.
Okay, cool. Right. So I mean, with the so for those who don't really fully understand the whole structure of this universe, this franchise, really it's a franchise created by James Wan.
Yep.
And then it was also created by Leigh Whannell. And Leigh Whannell and James Wan did this together. James Wan directed the first two. Leigh Whannell, he wrote all four. Yeah. He directed the third one. And he also is the creator responsible for Saw.
Yeah, you guys didn't know.
So that's cool, because now we're kind of seeing where those minds are coming from. And James Wan, he's very well known in the horror community, especially because of these movies. Oh, yes. So we're seeing what happened in the first Insidious movies with this franchise, where it introduces this otherworldly realm known as
The
Further, yeah. And it's through the comatose boy of the Lambert family. And they do, like you said, they call upon the help of Elise, the parapsychologist, what is the parapsychologist again? It's a
paranormal psychologist.
Paranormal psychologist. Yes. Nice. So they call upon the paranormal psychologist, and in the movie they seemingly defeat this entity that is possessing the son, all to find out in the ending that the dad is now possessed by another spirit,
or repossessed, actually.
Or repossessed.
Spoiler.
Yeah. So we're seeing that in the first movie.
So they bring in this whole idea of the Further, which is pretty much another realm where spirits and demons live in, and they bring in the whole aspect of astral projection, which is very interesting. But for the first time watching it, I thought it was very weird. I was like, I don't know about this, you know? Yeah. But then as part 2 came in and everything, I really liked it.
It started to come together. Yeah,
I like the whole idea of it.
And I'm glad you brought that up. So in part 2, the second movie, we're going basically right off of the first one. Really no space, no gap. It leads right into where the father is now possessed. He murdered Elise. Spoiler alert. He murdered Elise at the end of the first movie. Or the spirit did.
Yes.
The woman in the black dress. And now the father is possessed. and we're seeing hints of the father acting normal, then he's not. Then we're not completely sure what's going on as the movie's progressing. We're starting to find out more, and it's a fight with the Lambert family, with the wife and Elise in spectral form, and it's a race to save the husband's life and remove the spirit from the body. That's what the second one is. And so with that second movie, you're getting a lot of the background.
Yes, definitely.
And that's also where they had some of the scariest scenes.
Oh, yes, definitely.
I mean, there was a scene for me that scared me was there's jump scares, and you know when they're coming because the music, the build up to it.
Man, I hate that.
I hate it. And then the scenes, and you're like, okay, where's it coming from? And you're like, okay, as soon as she turns the corner, it's gonna pop up and scare you. There's this scene where the wife, Mrs. Lambert, she's walking around the living room. It's plain as day, daylight. She's walking around the living room. She hears noises. She goes into a room. As she's moving out of that room, right in that couch appears this woman just sitting there. And that freaked me out because she didn't do anything. It wasn't a jump, but for that being to appear so unexpectedly, came out of left field, and I was shocked. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen at that point. I didn't know what was the next move, and that feeling of the unknown that is created in these type of movies is hard to accomplish, and they did a good job. And now we go to Insidious 3, Insidious Chapter 3, which was a prequel that you mentioned. It was set before all of this, like early 90s, late 80s. And it's about a girl who is being targeted by this dangerous entity, and she needs to be saved. And Elise is there. This is a prequel. Elise isn't dead yet, and she's there to save this girl. And
and how does she get targeted again?
I don't even really understand exactly.
So what happened was she was trying to contact her mother, who is So her mother is dead. She tried to contact her, which is nothing you should ever do in any scary movie. You don't ever want to contact what's on the other side. And eventually she does, and then that's what gets her targeted by this ghost/demon, and then they call upon Elise again.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of good visuals in that one.
Oh, definitely, yes.
You still have the jump scares, but then, I mean, now you're seeing different types of entities in this movie. You're seeing these different beings, the man in the oxygen mask who can't breathe. I mean, do you remember that scene with the ledge? And the girl looks over, the dad looks over the ledge to see the windowsill, and he's like, oh my God, he killed himself. And then she goes to look, and the thing's right there, and it tries to grab her.
It grabs her, it's like pulling her from the window.
It's pulling her from the window. And then the visuals in it, whether they're scary or not, and sometimes they're not, it's more so just freaky. And one visual that I wanted you to kind of talk about was with the girl and the bones and the cracking. And
so there's a scene where, so if you guys haven't seen it yet, spoiler alert, she gets hit by a car very randomly, and that part scared me. It was very unexpected.
Right.
And I love how they did that, because now she's in a wheelchair messing around with ghosts. Like,
now she's limited mobility.
Yes, everyone would... I would hate that. It's like, hey, how can we make her life more miserable? Let's throw her in a wheelchair and get her haunted by ghosts when all she wants to do is become an actress and talk to her dead mom. That was it.
Yeah.
And so...
True.
And so there's a scene where she's being possessed by the ghost, and she's like kicking, like the corner of her bed to break the cast off. And when she finally does, she's trying to like walk on her legs again. And it's like crackling, and it's like very sporadic movement. Mm-hmm. It's probably something kind of like from like Guillermo del Toro, or like
the way their body moves.
Yeah, the way the body moves is very sporadic and everything, very freaky.
The legs are kind of, you can hear the bones crunching and cracking, and the legs are kind of, like you said, sporadic movement. It's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
And it's freaky. It's not so much that it's scary, it's just that it's happening. It's kind of making you, it's giving you those cringe, that cringe-worthiness. I mean, this movie, this whole franchise, they use a lot of jump scares.
Yes, definitely.
And there gets to a time where, for me, you see this all the time, and it's like, that's it? That's all you're going to give me? That's it? Yeah. I want more. I'm a huge horror fan. I love horror movies. I think it's a form of escapism when you can watch a great horror movie. Just take some time, and you forget about what's going on in your life or whatever stresses you may have, and you sit down and you watch a great horror movie, and it just kind of transports you. And because of that, I'm a fan of that. I want to see something that offers something new to me. I don't want it to be the same old, because now I'm bored and I'm no longer transported. I'm sitting in front of a TV or a big screen, and I'm very much aware of it.
Yeah. They build upon this universe of the whole further, and they bring in all these amazing, actors and actresses, and each character is very defined. I love each character. They're so different, and they're not a wasted character where it's like, hey, we're just going to throw them in and we're going to kill them off. No, they keep them around,
right.
and you grow to like them, And that's what keeps me so attached to these Insidious movies. And after each movie, the best part is they expand upon each storyline. They expand deeper and deeper into the further and what's in it and what else is in it and what else they can show. And now they're diving deep into Elise's backstory, really knowing her origin and why she does what she does.
You brought up two really good points, which is they don't kill off a lot of the characters that you grow to love. At all, really. I mean, with the exception of Elise being killed in the end of the first one, you still see her in the second one. So it's not like the character is gone. You still get to see that character. You still get to experience Elise. And then the comic relief in a lot of scary movies, they always get killed off, the comic relief. Yeah. And it's like the sidekicks, like those paranormal sidekicks, like Specs and the other guy.
Because
you think they're going to get killed, but they don't.
They don't, no, at all.
And are they the ones you're referring to as some of the characters that you grow to love?
Oh, yes, definitely.
They don't get killed?
Yes.
So, yeah, I agree. They don't, a lot of other horror movies, they would kill those people off, and then it's like, oh, crap, my comic relief is gone. I've invested in these characters and makes it more intense, but I think it's actually been a benefit. And then you talk about the further. And that's a great point you brought up, because the further is really the first time we get to see a detailed dimension that we see where the spirits go, where they come from. Like
they're waiting to come through, Yeah, just kind of waiting there.
When you look at other movies like The Poltergeist that are very similar, related with, possession.
Yeah, the other realm.
Yeah, you don't get to see that world.
Yeah.
And they display it. So you're right. And I think one of the things that's worked best with Insidious, to answer my own question, that separates it from a lot of the other movies, is it is very much on the nose with how they approach their movies, with how they approach their scares. Just going based off this most recent movie that's coming out this weekend, The Last Key. It's literally fingers for keys.
Yeah.
And that seems cheesy and corny, and I still think it is. I don't know. I got to see the movie and decide whether or not that's going to be... that works or not. I don't know. Will they overuse this concept by creating another movie and playing it out, or do you think they're going to end it with this? Is this the last Insidious movie? Or are they going to do a spinoff?
See, yeah, exactly. What I'm scared of is, I kind of want this to be the last one. At the same time, I don't, but this is where it needs to end. Because we're finally, making a full circle back to Elise, showing off her origin story, and then after that, where else will they go?
Where else can we go?
Yeah, exactly.
Elise was already killed in the end of the first one, and we saw her in spectral form. I honestly don't want to see Elise battling Ghost in the what's the realm again called?
The Further.
The realm. Further. I don't want to see Elise as like a ghost in the Further, and now we're watching like literal ghost hunters.
Yeah,
where she's like,
ghost battles.
Yeah, ghost battles, and now they're using like CGI. And she's like throwing fireballs at other ghosts.
And all of a sudden, Ghostbusters shows, and be like,
Ghostbusters.
Whoa, what?
You know what I mean? And we're seeing like all these like formations of things. Like I don't want to see that. So will they do a spinoff of Insidious?
That's the last place to go with this. Keep making all these spinoffs.
Will we see the two goofy paranormal team doing their own thing with some other guy? I don't know.
Yeah, so there's not much more we can say that's happening with this franchise, because this takes place before 1 and 2,
right?
And we already know what's gonna happen with her timely demise with it all.
So my last question for you.
Ooh.
Do you bet your bottom dollar on Insidious The Last Key? Here's your bottom dollar, by the way. It's right here. It's your bottom dollar. Wait, there it is. Right there. Bam. Bottom dollar.
So, I will bet my bottom dollar on it.
You're going to bet your bottom dollar on it?
I will, just because, they're always trying to bring in something new, something fresh, something different with each series, and that's what they've done.
Okay.
And I feel like with this one, if they closed it off well, it's going to be a good one. To finally end the whole franchise.
Right. I'm gonna matinee this movie.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna bet my bottom dollar on it. I'm not going to bet my
okay.
bottom dollar on Insidious The Last Key. I'm going to keep my dollar. So my dollar's right here, and then I'm just going to take it. It's gone. We'll keep your dollar there. But I don't bet my bottom dollar on Insidious The Last Key. But who knows? Maybe it might be,
maybe it might be good.
the key to my nightmares. That was a bad pun. But that's where we're at. Anyway, this has been fun. Thank you for doing this with me, Justin. This concludes our episode of Bet Your Bottom Dollar with Insidious The Last Key. I'm gonna play the scary music as we're finishing up. Yeah,
that one.
Or no, not that score. I can't legally play that score.
Oh,
It's
okay.
too,
But something else.
something else.